Alright. Are we live? All right, what's up, everybody? Charlie checking in. Let's share this link out right here. Sign in. All right, let me get this link out here onto my Twitter. What's up, BJ Mason, Majora's Mask, Kevin? What is happening, big playa? Appreciate you sharing that memory with me the other day. How's your mama doing, Kevin? Times like these, man, you kind of, I don't know, you be thankful for who you have in life, and it's kind of reminded of just how quickly life goes. You know what I mean? So, if any of y'all don't know, which most of y'all do, the news has already been broken, but we lost a fellow comrade, associate, definitely a youngin, and he kind of passed, while me and this person was kind of on maybe not necessarily common ground or whatever. We're gonna get into it though, but I feel like perhaps they need a proper send off, as opposed to the trolls. Obviously, once again, always trying to find some sort of humor, attention through tragedy and misery. But I mean, I guess I can't really necessarily say that, people get caught up in it on all sides. You know what I mean? All right. So, anyways, we've shared this out. I've sent a message to my friend Morticia. She might join us here in a little bit. But for now, it's just us hanging out. 140 people here watching. Thank you all for joining. That's it's a great number, man. I love it, man. All you guys, I love it when you all are you're interested, you're into it. You know what I mean? You're emotionally invested in the family and the surrounding community, and it's not lost on me, man. And I really do appreciate that. Whether you're a fan, you're a hater, you're just a follower who just fence sitter, what have you. I appreciate you all, man. It means a lot, man. BJ Mason, Majora's Mask, Kevin Zerfus, first dude in the house, first mile. Love you, brother. We got to hit back up again sometime soon. David Brooks, JT Sanchez, Resident Dark Master, LMR, Lucky Sin, Luciano, Holly Moonchild, Montoya, Maurice, what's up, brother? Jesse M, Paw Paw in the house. What is up with you, Paw Paw? Hopefully you're having a good night. Dago, Dad. Much love to you, man. Hopefully you are having a great night. Glad that we can message a little bit privately. And yeah, because I guess here lately, since I have kind of backed up off of all the whole drama and shit like that, I guess the trolls and shit have been pushing harder, you know what I mean, to try and make it seem like the drama means more to me than, than it really does now. I guess than what it did, you know what I mean? We'll get into that a little bit too. It kind of goes hand in hand, with our eulogy for our friend, Pennywise. Hallucinogenic, hallelujah. I gotta figure out a way. Probably H. I don't know. What is up, girl? Hopefully you're having a great night. How's that sunburn treating you? And did you find out if you're preggers or? I know that we are having a wonder right now, like. Don't know for sure. I shouldn't say nothing yet. Shut up, Charlie. Jesse, because we don't know shit. David M, Mr. Whistle, Scott Johnson, Phil Chapman reviews in the house. What's up, brother? I thought I gave you a wrench, man. Is that a fake Chapman reviews right there? I thought I gave Chapman a wrench. Montoya Maurice, Tiffany Silva's Cupcake. Ace Man! What's up, Ace Man? How are you doing tonight, man? Lost another one. Isn't it crazy, bro? Pennywise, guys. Scott Hamill. You all knew him as Pennywise the Dancing Clown. He had been around for quite a while. In the community, he was one of Tina's moderators. He was one of my moderators, kind of a friend too. I've had him on and off social media on my friends list. Sean the Vaughn, what is up? Ginger Kid, BJ Mason, Andrea Beach, Chapman, Drill, Taylor. Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry. Junior. What is up, Junior? And my friend Sharon in the house. Bronx born and Nini. We got some really good faces in here. Love you guys. Thank y'all all for joining. And yeah, to the memorial, for Pennywise. I was gonna call the video R.I.P. Penny. I figured that might have been a little too clickbaity. I don't want anybody to think there's anything wrong with our dog. But I did want to kind of, I don't know, try to get as many people to watch as possible, and in honor of Pennywise, bro, because he was a character, even though we weren't seeing eye to eye at the end. And I will be honest with you all. When I found out yesterday, I did talk a little bit of shit. I posted a little something mean on Facebook and Twitter. Pretty much talking about me outlasting the haters and shit like that. And I deleted it because it wasn't necessarily true, guys. Pennywise wasn't necessarily a hater. As much as he was just angry with me. We're gonna get into it. Lucky Sin asked who died. Pennywise, the dancing clown. Like I say, you all a lot of you will remember him from, him, Morticia, and Dago had a really interesting dynamic going on a few months back, and yeah, entertained a lot of you guys. They were part of the group, part of the wolf pack, kind of, that, and even without me around, they still kind of, went after Michael, and not necessarily Michael so much as it was his paid lackey Isaac. And these guys were a constant thorn in Gestapo mob side for quite some time, and he was kind of a funny guy. I'll tell you what, let me grab my fan real quick. It's getting a little warm in here, and let's grab my fan and we'll continue this 1 second. Baby. Oh God, got a habit of not picking up my feet when I walk, and I'm gonna rip my flip flops. No, I'm stepping on my flip flops. You ever get that weird thing where you just don't step right? You don't lift your feet up all the way, and the freaking bottom of it catches and fuck it up, man. I'll be right back. I guess I can shut this door now that the rain's over with. Oh, well. Can't always get what you want. All right, guys. Forgive me. I'm about to eat some goody powders. Not necessarily good for you, the NSAID. A nurse said that the NSAID was messing me up. But I haven't taken a goody powder in quite a while. So this motherfucker's gonna give it the old De La Hoya, the old Prince Nassim, an ugly punch. 1-2 to the fucking face. Anyways, so I got my links all sent out. Dago Dad, Adam Ritter, PB and Glizzy said the haters will say, "Look, Charlie's doing drugs on string." Well, whatever. Like that's just another thing, that will blow up in their face. I love it whenever they try to force a narrative or whatever, because it just makes them look trying. And she's like, "What was that? Remember the kombucha? Who remembers the kombucha incident?" Where I had a bottle of kombucha and they're like, "Charlie's drinking. He's a drunk. He drinks kombucha tea." And there is not a lick of fucking kombucha. I can't even go to Walmart and order like Health Aid probiotics, which I don't like this stuff anyway. Like I say, it gave me a real bad buzz. I don't know what the fuck it was. Oh, actually, I do. They said it was the antibiotics or some shit in it that my body wasn't used to it, and um, that's why I was actually buzzing. But anyways, so we are here to I guess kind of honor the memory, of one Scott Hamill, aka Pennywise. Like I say, a lot of you all would remember him through moderating, both on my channel and on Tina's. He would have a long, history, with Fatty and Slob Mob and the whole Dachshund shit. You know what I mean? What do I say? I want to kind of say this all right. You know what I mean? I kind of had all day to think about what I was gonna say, how I was gonna say it. And yeah, it is sad. Like I say, I started out, as you all know, me and Pennywise didn't end things on the right foot. Pennywise, guys. One thing I really liked about Pennywise is that he wasn't he wasn't a yes man. You know what I mean? He wasn't a kiss your ass type guy. You know what I mean? He wasn't gonna try and tell me what I wanted to hear. You know what I mean? Just to try and get close. You know what I mean? And that's what I kind of liked about him. You know what I mean? Like, I knew that he was honest in what he had to say. And that he meant well. Pennywise was one of those was one of the guys that was caught up in the fucking troll game deep. You know what I mean? And being caught up in the troll game, you know what I mean? You tend to do and say shit, you know what I'm saying, that you maybe not necessarily mean, to get under the other person's skin. Sometimes you do, destructive shit like doxing, giving out people's informations and shit like that, and I don't know whether he had done that or not, but I will say that, that being involved in that sort of situation, I don't know. That kind of shit takes place. You know what I mean? It happens to you, and a lot of times if you stick around long enough, you tend to kind of pass that along. Uncle Dougie in the house. What is up, Dougie? Thank you for joining tonight. And yeah, here to pay our respects for another one, guys. Pennywise the Dancing Clown, man. What'd you think, Dougie? So anyway, all right, so here's how it kind of went. Like I said, Dago, Morticia, and Pennywise had their little thing going on. It was a good thing, man. They had a really great dynamic. They can all talk, speak well, they're funny, and they brought people in. the height of fatty hate, was really really high. He was fresh off of scamming his own community out of what, like $5,000. They pretty much all had damn turned on him and give him all up and shit like that, and uh, uh, um, and so like I guess like the crowds on anti slob mob side, were pretty thick, and people were enjoying it, I guess you could say. I don't know what the hell happened since then. You know what I mean? Like I really believe that Michael came in and slid some money and some promises, you know what I mean, to certain people in order to get them to flip. But it was really only a couple people that I kind of thought were my friends, that turned out to really be kind of like only in it for themselves, quite frankly, and they were so quick to flip to the other side, you know what I mean, that it really showed that they weren't um, real, honest, tried and true friends in the first place. You know what I mean? Pennywise, Dago. How long has Dago been getting drugged through the fucking mud? You know what I mean? He has not turned on me or anything. He is not damn uh, went to Slav mob side talking shit like other few have. Um, Morticia, you know what I mean? She's right there, to say fuck you guys, you're worthless shits. Her and Dago have here recently decided to give Scooter a bit of a platform in which to trying to attack me or whatever. Um, but I ignored that. Like I say, guys, I really decided that all that troll bullshit, drama, yada yada, fabricated to damn try and just create chaos in my life, just wasn't worth it to me, wasn't that important to me, and only important to me as much as I made it important. You know what I mean? And one of the people that actually, that said that louder than anybody was Scooter, aka Takeback. He would, numerous times said, "Hey, this isn't real life. This is just fun and games to me, yada yada." And I mean, like, you're right. It's fun and games. It doesn't really mean shit. Like, like me and Erica, we still have our jobs, best jobs that we've ever had. We're still living in the same place. You know what I mean? We're doing well. So like so I mean, what is all the online social media bullshit once you get past like the whole doxing and shit? And that was another thing that I want to give bravo and a round of applause to Pennywise for, is that he always, like, he like, as far as I know, till the end, he said fuck you fatty, fuck you Michael, fuck you fatty, you're not gonna scare me into bending the knee. You're not going to scare me and intimidate me into shutting the fuck up. Like they did numerous expose videos about Scott. Where they brought in his ex-girlfriend and they periscoped his past and shit. Come on, like, we all have our own past, we all have our own history and shit. And Fatty, I mean, he's going through it right fucking now. We're talking about the king of deflection, literally being divorced and losing, well, he's full custody right now. It's about to be dropped at partial, getting divorced, blah blah blah, blah fucking blah blah blah. The king of deflection. It's quick to bring up, somebody else's past in order to get the fingers off of himself, and like, that's all fine and well, you know what I mean? Like I say, honestly and truly, his fucking life and his shit ain't got nothing to do with me, and is of little to zero consequence, to my existence. You know what I mean? In which case, I just dropped his ass. You know what I mean? And I stopped the whole fucking the back and forth shit. It's just not. It's not adult. It's not. It's not. It's embarrassing. It's ridiculous. The games that these fuckers play. Social media games, the troll games that these fuckers play on a daily basis. I mean, it's just lame. You know what I mean? And I stepped away from it. And uh I mean, and truly stepping away from it and looking back at it from a, an outsider's point of view, you're just like, fuck, how could I get caught up so hard in it? But it's easy to do, whenever you want to one up somebody and you can't just put the phone down or whatever, haha, whatever. Somebody's opinion really means that much to you, you're gonna, but really it's kind of, yeah, I don't know. It's a whole plethora of emotions and firing synapses. Some people, they get off on it. Um, and Pennywise, you know what I mean. I think it came down to the point with Dago, Morticia, and Pennywise, where they had been targeted and harassed and exposed so much. You know what I mean. And then when I say exposed, I mean telephone numbers, giving out addresses, family members, blah 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 blah. To the point where it kind of became personal to them. You know what I mean? And it was no more about like, you know, Dago or Pennywise and Morticia trying to get the last word, and as much as it was, they were trying to um, get even. I mean, like they had, suffered, some personal losses. You know what I mean, that I can relate to, in every at every angle and turn. Honestly, like how much turmoil and shit have y'all seen me go through over the years? You know what I mean? To try and damn fight the evils and shit. You know what I mean? An evil in a sense that um, can only kill itself. Honestly, you know what I mean? We're talking about Kid Behind a Camera. We're talking about um, the sense of power. You know what I mean? That his channel gives him. And that sense of power that is slowly slipping, you know, uh, on a daily basis at his own leadership. You know what I mean? At his own hand. You know what I mean? Like I said, we are all our own greatest enemies. You know what I mean? And you know, we are the ones that take ourselves out. We are the masters and creators of our own demise, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? Nobody could take us out like we could take ourselves out, right? And but anyway, so I feel like Pennywise and them, kind of was caught up on like a personal thing, man. Like Pennywise had his girlfriend coming out talking all kinds of shit. Whether it was true or not, I'm not so sure. Maybe it was a little a chef salad of truth and lie, fact, and fiction, fib, and reality, whatever have you, and he fought back. He fought back tooth and nail like a fucking like a bull, and he never did fucking bend. I mean, there's so many people here in the last 6 months, probably, to maybe even year now, that have freaking bent over backwards as soon as Isaac and Michael and them have found out information about them or their family or their jobs. These people have been like, "Oh, what do you want from me? Well, I'll do whatever you want." Like, oh, they'll stand up until they have a little bit threatening, a little bit of their livelihood threatened, and they flip and they'll go ahead and pretty much be Gestapo's puppets. And uh and Dago is not one of those guys. Popper the crab fisherman, what's up right there, my dude? Let me tell you what, Dan did it straight to fuck up. I like the way Dan the man did it, bro. He said, "Go ahead, you got my shit. What you gonna do now? Fuck you gonna do?" Like if so many people would understand that there's really not too much fucking power that Fatty and them have. Like they'll go ahead and they'll call up, maybe try to get in touch with some of your family or some shit like that. Maybe but it doesn't fucking last. There is no lasting power to his shit. Look, I am here to show you. I am living proof. If these fuckers had, any power whatsoever, I wouldn't have a job. I wouldn't have a place to stay. Blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Dan took what little bit of bullshit came his way and he said, "Ha ha, fuck you. I'm still here. And I'm still ragging on your ass, fatty." And he showed a certain amount of balls and a certain amount of courage and bravery. You know what I mean? That other certain friends of mine, they don't possess. Miss Codgerwample. I thought she was such a stand-up individual. You know what I mean? That the likes of Fatty grotesqued her, made her sick, that she would not follow that kind of bullshit. And here she is. One of Fatty's moles. One of Fatty's favorite moles right here on his fucking face. You know? Like, if these people had a problem with me, they could have just dipped the fuck out and went on and did their own things. You know what I mean? Tried their own shit. But what happened? No, they proved me right. Did these people not prove me right? Did I not say, hey, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, they're slob mob? And what the fuck happened? Boom. And you know what? They tried to blame that on me. Well, it was because of Charlie that we went slob mob. No, you went slob mob because you're a piece of shit with zero conviction. Because you were looking for a format. You were looking for a chance. You were looking for a certain something from me that you couldn't get, that I wasn't going to give you. So you went to slob mob. You didn't go and try to do your own thing. Dougie. I had people do, we all know you had people do you the same way, Dougie, and I hope that they're still not doing you that way. I thought that they had squared things away. Is everything still going okay with you and Michael and Bridget, Dougie? Because, like, honestly, man, like, you don't want to risk any of that by being in here, fraternizing with the enemy. You know what I mean? Like, Scooter was live with Dago and Morticia and them the other night saying Charlie's gonna do this and you can't talk to nobody because of Charlie, blah 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 blah. And they're still my friends. They're still moderated. Like I said, this shit is not shit to me anymore. That little bullshit that they're running just ain't shit to me anymore. I don't care. But on the contrary, they have nobody can talk to Charlie over there. If you're slob mob, then this is the No Charlie's Club. And these are the rules you got to fucking follow. And how many people have been kicked out? How many people have said, hey, I had to pay a fucking $2 a month fee to be OG status or some shit like that? Like, what the fuck? That all these fuckers, man, you go to their social media, you go to their YouTubes, you're going to see their Cash Apps. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see their PayPals linked up. You're going to see all different types of forms of ways to donate to what cause? To their pocket, to their cause to not go to work and earn a living. You see what all these fuckers are really about. You don't see that shit on my Twitter, on my Facebook. Go to my Twitter right now. Tell me if you see a dollar envelope next to my name. Let's go to Michael. Oh, I'm blocked. Oh no, I blocked Michael. Yeah, Lyric is blocked. Yeah, but look at this shit. Look at Michael. Look, he's even got fucking little donation dollar up there. Look at that shit, bro. Fucking pathetic. And I want to know who the motherfuckers that is donating to that shit. Like, fuckers that only get a check once a month, I'm sure. And it's just sad. It really, like, and I'm not sitting here fucking trolling. I ain't talking shit. I am talking a little bit of shit. But like, yeah, man, like Pennywise was one of them that said, hey, fuck you. I'm not gonna bend over backwards. I'm not gonna kiss your ass. And he wasn't doing that for me. He damn sure wasn't gonna do it for Fatty. He wasn't gonna do it for Michael. And that's the thing. If you're not kissing their asses and sucking their dicks, doing what they say when they say it, well, then they have no use for you. And if you try to stand up to them, well, then you're fucked. You saw what happened to Blaker. You saw what happened to Flacco. You saw what happened to Lady VSC and Faulted Wolf, which Morticia let me hear a little bit of that live stream. Yeah, they got it private. You know why they got it private? It's because Fatty, I'm telling you, this is what happened. Like Kimmy K and Faulted Wolf, they were going back and forth talking shit, kind of like almost like a weird, angry, like flirty thing. Like you ever seen 22 Jump Street with Jonah Hill and the chick from Workaholics? How they were kind of like, oh yeah, you gonna fuck you asshole? Like they were like mad but flirty, kind of. Oh, yeah, you want to fuck you asshole? You want to show me that dick or some weird type of weird fucking shit? Kind of seemed like, but it also felt like that Faulted Wolf, aka Jeff, I feel like that he actually was, he might have been on some shit, dude. Like he was being a little aggressive to the point where he was sending dick shots, pictures of his dick to Kimmy K, and like, oh, fuck you with this dick, yada yada. And come to find out, guys, check it out. Come to find out, Lady VSC was getting a little jealous about it because Lady VSC and Faulted Wolf, they had a thing going on. They've been having a thing going on for quite a while. I never knew that. And I'm pretty sure that Fatty never knew it neither. She was in there talking about dripping and blah, blah, blah for the guy. I'm like, I did listen to a little bit of it. And from what I can gather, Fatty got fucking jealous, bro. He did not like the way that Lady VSC was talking to Faulted, that Lady VSC was his girlfriend, his bitch, was supposed to be the one that propped him up. Nobody else. You don't prop nobody else up but Fatty when you're in Slob Mob. And then so they turned it into some weird thing between Kimmy K and Jeff where Jeff and Lady VSC were both out. What do you think? If they'll ever have the balls to unprivate it, or Morticia could just go ahead and make a new account, a new YouTube account, upload the video to that account, and then everybody could watch it. Because we have the video too. Majora's Mask said Isaac got cucked again. He ain't got cucked like he's getting cucked right now. Well, he did get cucked by a 17-year-old. He got cucked by who was that? That one Riri, Rah. Not Lala. There was some other girl that he met online that he had his kids calling mom, and now she's pregnant with some dude's baby. Now we got this one, Lady VSC. She was spoken up for, but I mean, can you imagine how that made damn Faulted Wolf feel? Like he's got to sit back. It's almost like some prima noctis shit. It's like some prima noctis shit, honestly. Like I said, I'm gonna address all this. This is for my dude Pennywise, and then I'm gonna drop it again for a while. I'm gonna kick the hornet's nest, let them run their fucking mouths, look fucking stupid and angry as a motherfucker, and I'm just gonna be like, kick back. I mean, it is what it is, right? Am I right, Matt? Chapman Review says that screwed up a fucking 17-year-old. Ain't that illegal? Well, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's exact. I'm not saying that actually happened. I will say that Fatty told everybody here at the beginning of the year that he had caught Nikki cheating on him with an underage guy, and that he guaranteed us all that he was going to have her arrested and charged and in prison for what? Some sort of sexual crime against a minor. He promised us all that. Told us straight to fuck up what was going to happen. Ooh, lazy bum, you are fucking evil. So I wonder if Faulted Wolf's wife knows what he was doing online. If I wouldn't be surprised if Fatty hadn't got in touch with Jeff's wife. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Even people on his side, like apparently, old Codger Wample, her sons, their information got leaked out on Twitter somehow. Because she was fucking daring people Like, she was fucking daring people like a dumbass to try and find her fucking son's names and shit, and then they fucking found them. And then threw them all on the internet. And I would not be surprised if Fatty ain't got their information too now and tried to contact them to get information about Mama. For whenever Cottywomple tries to fucking slowly inch herself away, he's like, nah. Old Codgerwomple, come here. Get back over here, old lady. Get back over here, Granny. I got work for you to do. You ain't done. You are my bitch now. I hope it was work to you, Codger. Old Codgerwomple. I like that one. I didn't make that up, by the way. Somebody on Twitter. So, but yeah, so apparently, Pennywise, a couple of days ago had according let me go to Morticia's message here. And like I say, I will apologize at first, man, because I tried to because I talked some shit, man. I called him a hater and shit when he wasn't necessarily a hater, man. I feel like he felt like I abandoned him. You know what I'm saying, guys? I'm gonna share that with you in a second. Where is it? Damn, where's it at? They said that he had some kind of like a heart attack or something. Like he I don't even know, guys. Honestly, I don't even fucking know. Let me see here if I got a Bob's Productions. No, it wasn't him. It's my dude Bum. Does anybody here know exactly? Like, I guess they said he had like a heart attack. Respiratory shutdown. The fuck ever. And I guess they called first responders and they arrived and they couldn't. I guess he was unresponsive. They couldn't revive him and he perished. Not sure exactly how old he was, but he was young. He was like our ages. Rebecca Swillen, thank you so very much for that. $5 bill, y'all. It says R.I.P. Pennywise. Much love to you, man. Like so. So, anyways, guys, we'll get to the story where I feel kind of guilty and shit, because. So, like I said, Pennywise was Lazy says nobody knows exactly how Penny passed away yet. So, of course, you got Fatty over there claiming and that this, that, and the third or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't trust that fat fuck as far as I could pick him up and toss him, But do know that he is gone, and it sucks, man. Like, because we weren't on seeing eye to eye. So what happened was like I say, him and Dago and Morticia, they had a little show going on, that was picking up steam. Kyle Roberts, thank you so very much. Says, isn't Cotty a trumper? She been eating paint chips. Cotty is not necessarily a trumper, guys. Like, Cotty is more like a fringe. Like, she's living on the fringe, man. She's Trump times 10,000, man. Like, she's one of them ones, man, where she's probably got numerous guns packed away, fucking ammunition, doomsday prepping, fucking don't even trust the guy. I don't know how to, you're going to trust Trump, but you don't trust the fucking government. He works for the fucking government. He is the goddamn government. Like, fuck. That's one thing I was, because I'm not trying to talk too much, get into too much politics and shit, talk too much about either side or anything like that, because I hate them all or whatnot. But also, I don't want to offend any of you all that for your beliefs and shit. But I will say this right here, guys, is that like Erica was playing this speech that Trump had gave on like his inauguration, his opening speech, or recently new to office or whatever, and he was discussing about his site for for Americans, and wrestling their liberties back from the government, and once again taking their own rights into their own hands, that we have been robbed of our rights slowly for far too long, and that we are not the nation that maybe perhaps that he envisioned, that many of us do envision, that eventually I have a feel that we could become China, controlled movement, controlled um situations, cookie cutter, weird society. I don't know, but I don't know. It's like, but I'm not to the extent where um uh other people are. But hold on. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is, like, so Trump was talking about how he would like to wrestle that the freedom back to the people, but the problem with that is that he's trying to do it, in an institution, through an institution and a format designed to keep the power out of the people's hands. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there are no Democrats or Republicans whose sole core purpose is to take the power out of their hands and hand them back to us. You know what I mean? They may say that, you know what I mean, but they never actually do that. And now I will say that I don't know what all Trump changed in office. You know what I mean? What he could have done and what he did do or whatnot. But once again, like I'll say, it's he's operating, within a system, that is confined, to keeping the people out. So, I don't know. That being said, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I like Trump better than Biden, honestly. I mean, please don't hurt me or nothing like that. But I don't know. Maybe I don't mean that neither. Like, I try to stay out of all that shit, honestly. You know what I mean? Because it's like I feel like we're being lied to on all grounds. You understand? And I don't want to buy into it. Gamer COD 986 Zachary Lord dropped $2 for me. Thank you so much. Says YouTube has no videos of Pennywise death yet. Yeah, we'll have this right here for him uploaded. And I'm sure Morticia actually has a video uploaded for Pennywise. If y'all want to go check it out, go to Morticia's channel, Evil Queen Morticia, and check it out. So, but yeah, man. So, anyways, yeah, Rebecca, she's the weirdo. Like I say, there was one time that we were at her house waiting on her to show up, come back home or whatever, and the census guy pulled up. And apparently, Cotty did not want anything to do with this census guy. He was not allowed on her lawn, yada yada. She had been ducking him for weeks, and so it was so awkward, guys. Fucking. So we're sitting there at Rebecca's house waiting for her, and the census guy pulls up, and Erica thinks she's gonna be nice and help him out, and she calls up fucking Rebecca on her Facebook Messenger real quick, and then puts the camera into the car to the guy's face so that Erica can have so that Codger can have a conversation with the census guy, that he can get the real quick information he needs and he can be gone, And dude, Rebecca fucking flipped the fuck out, dude. You are not allowed on my property. I did not give you permission. blah, 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 blah. And we're over to like, oh, sorry. Like, bye, guy. It was so awkward, dude. And like I said, Rebecca was really cool when we first got together. You know, she seemed real free. You know, she was a real free spirit. You know, not much really bothered her. You know, she didn't really care to buy into all the bullshit, yada yada yada. You know, um, but then towards the end, you know what I mean, she just became more and more guarded, sporadic. You know, just it was weird. She is a looper. She is a loopy lady. And like I said, I won't sit there and lump her. I won't lump all Trump fans into that, man, because Rebecca, man, you know, if you want to get her something for Christmas, man, aluminum foil hat, man, because she'll wear one a day. But anyways, back to Dago, man. Not Dago, I'm sorry. Back to our friend Pennywise, who is no longer with us, you know. How me and him had our falling out. 189 people watching. Thank you so much. I love you all. And yeah, man. So like apparently, you know, Dago and Pennywise and Morty, they had their live stream going at Fatty's throat, at his jowls, you know, on like a nightly basis, man. And they're funny. I gotta give it to all of them, you know, but especially Pennywise, you know, he was funny, dude. Like he had a humorous way about him, you know what I mean? He had this authentic kind of voice, you know, he was from Boston or something, you know. I liked him. I even called and talked to him a few times on the phone for a good while, numerous times, you know. And turns out he wasn't, you know, so much necessarily a troll, you know, a fan of the trolling as much as he was a youngin', dude. Like he got to telling me about like videos of his favorites of dads, you know what I mean, that were not classics, you know what I mean, that were deep dives, you know, and telling me shit about myself and stuff. You know, he was a real follower, you know what I mean, and a real supporter and he really loved dad and the family and shit. And he really related, you know what I mean? And I appreciated that, you know, in him, you know. And when we would talk, he just seemed real loose and calm. And like I say, he wouldn't tell me just what I wanted to hear. He'd be for real. And if I didn't like it, I mean, what the fuck ever, you know? And I appreciated that, you know, in him. So, but that was also kind of like what ended up fucking it up between me and him, man, was like uh you know, I've learned kind of, you know, to not say certain things or whatever, to try and keep it PC a little bit, to not get canceled again. You know what I mean? And it's really easy for me to do when I'm not drinking. You know, but I don't know, like Pennywise. So anyways, what happened that split us up was um like I say, I had been wary and cautious of Take Back Scooter, aka Take Back. I love Scooter. That's just a funny ass fucking name, Scooter. So I had been cautious of Scooter for a while, right, guys? He was kind of operating in the shadows, and come to find out, he has been lobbying for Fatty the whole time. You know what I mean? Flash forward to today, and he's suckling on Fatty's right tit. You know, um, big slob mob install and shamelessly. But I was and I had sniffed him out. I sniffed that motherfucker out like a truffle hog, straight the fuck out, dude. Man, called a rat for a rat. Tried to cleave his ass from the group. What, 8 months ago? Do y'all remember that? You know, whenever I came out and openly admitted that I didn't trust him and etc. And would eventually uh, take that. I would recant my whole fucking rant, you know, because of Erica and because of Codger Wample, you know, and say, hey, okay, fine, whatever, you know what I mean? People, you know, like, yeah, do your thing, go do what you want, you know, and you know, kind of find out I was right. You know, kind of find out they had all been working together, man. Like fucking Um, and they were working to try and like rip us apart, from within, man. By posing as Wolfpack supporters or sympathizers, what have you, when in reality, Codgerwample, Floppy Belly, and Scooter, all three had deflected months ago and had been Team Gestapo, under the guise, of Wolfpack, and I sniffed it right the fuck out. I called it, and but I was made to step back. I was told that I looked like a tyrant. You know what I mean? That I was looking paranoid and shit like that. That I was not letting people freely express themselves. Which now I don't give a fuck. Go ahead. I've done talk to Morticia and Dago both privately. Since their live stream with Scooter a couple nights ago, and I told him, man, talk to you who you want, when you want, how you want it. It really doesn't make a fuck to me anymore. I really pushed that shit away, But at the time it was different. I was a bit more guarded, and I was taking it, a lot more seriously, and but anyway, yeah. So Dago and never did really like Floppy. From day one, he despised her for what she did to me. You know what I mean? And being one of Slob Mob's puppets early on. You know what I mean? Like no trust for her whatsoever, no love, no respect, and he lashed out at her like she was coming into the live streams, and I think that she was perhaps fishing for something from him. You know what I mean? She would come in there with her little bullshit or whatever. And Scooter as well. You know what I mean? They'd come in and they'd push shit and they'd say shit to try and get Dago or Pennywise or Morticia to say something that they could take and pin on to me to try and make Wolfpack look bad. And I called it the whole time, and it was just, it was it was a little frustrating, and it was very transparent to me. You know what I mean? Looking back at it now, I mean, can't you all agree? But like, it's really hard to try and pin somebody else's words onto somebody else's points of view off onto another, individual. But nevertheless, that didn't stop them from trying, and they did. So they got Pennywise one night in which he made, I guess, some borderline racist comments. He didn't go all in. He didn't drop the N bombs. He didn't bust out any stereotypes. He didn't pull out any apery mimics or anything. Um, but he was, taking jabs and stuff at Floppy Belly, for having a black boyfriend. That's how he put it. Your black boyfriend, and it didn't set right with a lot of us. It didn't set right with me. Um, and I had to remove him from the community. It happened. It happened while I was sleeping, guys. Like it happened like 9 o'clock at night. By 11 o'clock that night, I had woke up and I had checked my Twitter to see what was going on, and already Scooter was trying to make me look bad and was tagging Codger Wample, and Floppy Belly in uh, in a post where he was insinuating that all of Wolfpack were racist because of Pennywise's comments, because of one man's comments, you know, that we supposedly supported it because we weren't there when it went down to call him out on it. Which if I had been, I would have. I'd have been like, yo, chill, man. Look at me. 86 that shit. But so I wake up at 11 o'clock at night. I noticed that what has been done. I listened to what happened exactly, and I said I felt I didn't like it. I didn't like how it went down. So I made a statement saying Pennywise is no longer Wolfpack. Like I had to separate not myself but all of you as well from his point of view, mainly because Scooter and Floppy and Codger was trying to take Scott's points of view and trying to pin them onto us as a community, which should never be allowed. You know what I mean? You should never take one person's point of view and just cast the net over the whole crowd. That's what's called stereotyping. And like you truly don't know people on the internet. You give them a certain amount of respect and leadway, and understanding, as well, because we've all fucked up in our past. We've all made mistakes, and if you haven't, then you're a liar. If you say you haven't made a mistake in your life, then you're a fucking liar. And I try not to judge people on their shit, and in turn that they, issue me the same respect. And Pennywise was one of those people. But anyway, so like, but they did, he did fuck up. He did fuck up, and he got a little racist with it, I feel, and I had to separate myself for a little bit. And I told him too, guys, like just like Morty. I don't know if she's in the house. Where are you at, Morty? I mean, I told Morty too, him and Morty. I said, "Hey, man, just lay low for a month. Just back out, just lay low, apologize, and then lay low for a month, let it all blow over, and then I'll bring you back, man. You come back and we'll talk about it and we'll move on. And neither one of them really did. Morty got upset with me, and Penny got upset with me as well. They really felt like that they didn't really do anything wrong. That what Pennywise said was mild, and it was mild. I mean, like I said, he didn't drop any N bombs. He didn't get into stereotypes. He didn't make claims and curse. I don't even think he cursed at the girl. Maybe he called her a bitch or something like that. But hell, call him like you see him. But but it was very mild, but nonetheless, it was still a form of racism, I felt, and I felt like maybe he should just kind of just take a chill pill and just kick back a little bit, and uh, take another perspective on things, I guess, perhaps. And I wasn't gonna cancel him out. You know what I mean? I wasn't gonna throw him to the curb and abandon him. But he felt like I did. And it was sad. It was tragic because he got angry with me. Instead of trying to come to me and talk about it or whatever. He was angry. He was like, "Well, fuck you," and then he went back to Tina. He went back over to, well, I guess he'd always been a mod for Tina, but he went back over to Tina's and was like, "Yeah, fuck Charlie," and jumped back on that train. And it hurt me. I was upset because I felt like me and Penny were okay. Like I said, I talked to Penny for over our time. I probably talked to Penny on the phone for about 5 hours, and that's probably more than anybody else online. I try to keep myself guarded. I try to, I try to keep access to me and Erica limited. I'm sorry. I love you guys and all, but you can understand, living the life that I have lived, and continue to live, and when you have family like I have with a certain amount of money and power, you know what I mean, online anyway, you know what I mean, um, to really, make your life hell, well, then, you would be the same, as me, reserved, you know, kind of roped off, and, but, I did end up talking to Penny a little bit because I felt like there was just something there. There was a real calmness, a real ease, you know what I mean? Like, um, he had been through the shit that I had been through. You know what I mean? He had seen so many of the family's videos. You know what I mean? That like he was telling me shit about the family that that I felt like nobody should know. You know what I mean? Like you know it too damn much, you're going too far, man. Like shit. And that's when I'm reminded that, a lot of our lives and shit have played out on the internet for you all for what, a decade plus. And people like Pennywise were there from the very beginning, man. And yeah, he felt like I abandoned him, whenever I had to distance myself, And like I said, what like the main reason that I distanced myself from him was because of Fatty and because of Scooter and because of Codger Wample and because of Floppy, constantly picking and prodding into my life, constantly trying to fucking find furls and curls and cracks, you know what I mean, that they can fucking wiggle themselves into and fucking fester up and, shit a bit of cancer or something into, and try to ruin for whatever fucking reasons that they have, you know? And it caused a rift between me and Pennywise, we were faced, with the question of ethics and morals, you know what I mean? And I mean, it ended up being our separation, and I'm not sure when his last live stream was. Do y'all remember when his last live stream even was? Like last time y'all had heard from him? Or Dago says Scott was a huge AGP and family fan. We spent hours talking about it. I mean, like he would, man. Like and the insight that he had, to these videos and shit too. It wasn't like he just sat there and watched for a belly laugh or whatever. Like he watched and he took it in, and it's almost like he examined and shit. It was really weird. Well, it wasn't really weird. It was flattering, honestly. You know what I mean? But despite that, you know what I mean? Despite all that, he still wasn't gonna bend down and kiss my ass. You know what I mean? And he was still gonna damn keep it real with me and tell me what I needed to hear, whether I liked it or not, and that's what created a bridge between us. Like he wasn't always a fan of mine. There was times where it was back and forth, up and down between me and Pennywise. But like the last year and a half or so, it's like, we both had a common enemy. We both were fighting a similar fight, if not the same fight. And we became like brothers in arms, sort of, comrades. And then he did take a good bit of heat. He did take a great bit of heat, as well as Dago and Morticia have. As well as a bunch of you out there have taken a lot of heat just for being supportive of me. You know what I mean? And having my back and openly recognizing and voicing the fact that you can see a change in me. You know what I mean? And that I'm not that negative person that they've constantly tried to paint me out to be. You know? And I partly feel responsible for that. It's almost like Spider-Man versus, Green Goblin, or what was that first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire or whatever, and they talked about how he had to break up with Mary Jane because like he was Spider-Man. He was targeted, by the villains, and he wasn't just targeted, but everything and everyone that he loved would be targeted by these villains that, insert themselves into his life, and I kind of feel like that a little bit, you know what I mean? Mojo's vlog says, let's watch Halloween Ends trailer together. I don't know how I can watch. I'd have to watch it on my phone, and that would be dumb. Has anyone seen the Halloween Ends trailer? It's really good. I gotta tell you, I was surprised. I watched it this morning at like 5:30 this morning, and I wanted to share the link out with everybody, but I'd already said R.I.P. to Scott, and I didn't want to cover that up with a Halloween Ends trailer. You know what I mean? So, have any of you guys seen Whiplash? I've been kind of watching movies here lately, And I watched Whiplash last night. It's got J.K. Simmons in it, who is the guy from Schillinger from Oz. I don't know if you're familiar with him, and I forget who the young kid is. He's on Spiderhead. Looks kind of like Elvis, but has scars on his face and shit. Um, but yeah, a movie called Whiplash, dude. It was so fucking badass. Tristan, if you haven't seen Whiplash, you need to go see. You need to check that shit out. It's on Showtime. If you got the Hulu app, you can download Showtime for free for 7 days, and then cancel it right during your seventh day and watch Whiplash because it was so fucking good. Wolfden watched The Black Phone. Ready Set Fupa wants to see Nope. I want to watch both of them. I got to watch Get Out too. I've never seen Get Out. Can you believe it? Never seen Get Out. I just watched Us the other day. How many of y'all liked Us? But I want to go see Nope. Erica wants to go see Top Gun. I want to go see Nope. I want to go see Black Phone. Those are the two that I want to go see. I would like to see Elvis as well. OC says Whiplash. Damn right, bro. Whiplash was such a great fucking movie, dude. It's like, oh man, it's like, it's a story of skill and talent meeting oppressive talent, creativity, tutelage. Um, it's like watching a fucking diamond being made. Honestly, guys, like, and it shows. It explains the fucking pressure that this ball of coal undergoes, to become a shiny, beautiful fucking diamond, dude. And J.K. Simmons and this other guy, they bring out that, so visually and so spectacularly, guys. It was just, there is certain greatness in this world that could not be accomplished without anger and evil and overwhelming, crushing oppressiveness. That diamond cannot be made without being fucking pressed and squeezed and fucking. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like what Whiplash is about, except with drums and jazz music and Schillinger. And it was amazing. Was that a pretty good analogy, Dago Dad? OC? Do y'all feel like that was a pretty good analogy, a pretty good review? That's about what I would have said. I really wanted to try to highlight the fact that, they really flesh out, that pressure, that what it takes, how the sausage is made. You know what I mean? Everybody likes a good sausage, right? You like a good sausage dog, right? You don't like to see how that motherfucker is made, do you? So that was a really great one. Oh my God, Robert Long says it's a new Jeepers Creeper movie trailer out. Shit, a new Jeepers Creepers. I'll check it out. I'll check out the trailer and then I will go from there. I'll be honest with you, I really enjoyed Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. I didn't like part 2 as much as I liked part 1, but I did like part 2. And I remember I told some woman that at the Charlotte Comic Con, what was it? Some kind of like oddities festivals, an oddities festival in Cabarrus County, and we actually met. I believe it was the real Jeepers Creepers actor, because the dude was like fucking 6'7", looked exactly like the guy, and had his like wagon and shit. And Tim McGuire, shout out to my dude Tim McGuire right there to you. We met him out there with his girlfriend, and he bought us a picture with the Jeepers Creepers guy. And we walked up and I talked to him for a minute. And it was the Jeepers Creepers guy, and it was this really kind of attractive blonde woman with blue eyes and this really kind of spacey, almost like an alien look, like she was looking past you, like her eyes were like fucking stars in a faraway galaxy, looking through her irises, peering at you, you know, and then even past you. It was a very strong, piercing gaze, dude. Because I'll never forget it. I was like, yeah, I like part one, but part two was it was all right, and she was like, what didn't you like about it? And like, dude, like it was like she was piercing through my soul, and like she knew the answer, like she had done looked beyond my mind, you know what I mean, into my heart and soul, and she knew exactly what I was going to say, why, and how, you know. But she was wanting to hear it from my mouth, from my lips. She was wanting to watch. She was wanting to watch the atoms form themselves and make words. It was very, very awkward, and I was just like, yeah. Swear to God, I didn't even know what to say. I was like, yeah. My tongue became ambrosia. It was just melting in my mouth. And yeah, that's the Jeepers Creepers. I think I saw that. Gypsy Jezebel says, unrelated, but I was thinking I've watched Michael since Trailwood for probably about 7 or 8 years almost daily. How crazy is that? Well, you know, not too much. Not too crazy, you know what I mean? Like back in the day, you know, when YouTube was popping and it was fresh and it was new, you know, and so was the Grandpa's Corner, his channel and everything, you know, like there's you know, the realness, the visceralness to the videos and shit, you know what I mean? The dirt, the grime, the filth, the profanity, the humanity was better than anything on TV, you know. And you know, and I will give it to Michael, you know what I mean? Like he was funny, you know, like he can come up with some funny stuff, you know what I mean? Like he was always doing dumb little shits and skits, you know what I'm saying, to damn make us laugh whenever we were younger. You know, he was always the clown. He was always, you know, looking for the attention, and he would do his best to earn that attention. He didn't just say, "Give me attention," hey! Like he would try and fucking pull his pants up and fucking and put shoes on the bottoms of his fucking knees to act like he was a midget and shit and try to write a little skit or something like that, you know what I mean? And then that translated over into the video skits and shit, which, you know, became Angry Grandpa, you know what I mean? Um yeah, I mean it was a real unique blend of like reality and skit, you know what I mean, that you really didn't see anywhere else aside from like Jackass and Tom Green, a few others that I really can't that aren't coming to mind at the moment, but that type of entertainment, you know, and it was free and it was yours. You know what I mean? It was there weren't that many subscribers. How many subscribers did Michael and Dad have whenever you talking to you right now personally, whenever you started watching, how many subscribers, you know? For many people like Scott, you know, he claims now, Scott claims you know, or claimed that he was like in like the first 1,000. Claims he was in like the first 500, first couple of hundred that was subscribed to Dad's channel and shit. And he talked about, you know, like old channels and shit that was deleted shit, yada yada, you know. And I mean, you know, Miss Rachel Lynn was at 900, under 1,000. You know, so many of you guys have been just falling around for so long. You know that you know it was like your thing. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't this grand, it wasn't this hugely popular thing that everybody sits around the water cooler and they talk about. You know, the next morning. You know what I mean? First thing, you know, at work. You know, it's your little thing that you can sit here and that you can, you know, have to yourself or whatever. You know, and with your own little community, your own sense of belonging. You know what I mean? And that meant everything to you guys, you know. And like I couldn't understand, you know, like I really couldn't, man. For, starting out when I moved in with Dad, and people would say, "Hey, man, you know, I just want to thank your dad and your brother and shit, you know, for changing my life and for saving my life and shit." And I'm like, how the hell do you know fucking our white trashy videos? I won't say our white trashy video. I was just a part of it. You know, how is Dad and how is their white trashy videos? how is that damn saving a life? You know what I mean? But like that sense of camaraderie, that sense of closeness and compassion, you know what I mean? And that humor, when dad would pick you up and lift you up by your bootstraps on like the worst day of your life, dad was really good about that. I'll never forget, like there was times like dad would be letting mom have, you goddamn no blah blah, how the fuck blah 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 blah, giving it to her bad. And then he would say something so goddamn fucking funny that even mom would start laughing. He's sitting there 5 minutes in a bitching her out and cussing her out and talking shit, and she gotta laugh. He got a laugh out of her. We'd all be laughing. It'd be all tense and shit. You're like, I don't want to talk. Don't nobody look at dad. Don't nobody move. If you even move on the couch real quick, hey, goddamn motherfucker, you just kick back up, So you didn't want to say nothing. It's like, but damn. And then just as quickly as it was a tense situation, it would just turn to humor, comedy. He would say something that, dude, we'd just be rolling on the floor. And even dad, like there were numerous flare ups, dad blow ups, and explosions. You know what I mean? That ended because of something dad said. He'd be so fucking worked up, pissed off, mad that he would just say the craziest fucking shit that would have us all laughing, and he'd be like, and you would literally see his face change. He'd make himself laugh. He'd be like, shut up. Like he'd want to be mad still and shit, but we all be on the floor just rolling, laughing to the point where it's weird family moments like that. How about that shit? Huh? And I'm sure I'm not alone there. I'm sure I'm not the only. We're not the only family that got along and that killed beefs and shit like that just by laughing it off. Sometimes that's all you can do, man. You know, you just gotta laugh that shit off and damn keep moving on, keep working. And I feel like I had been not necessarily robbed of that laughter. I robbed myself of that laughter and that real easygoingness for a very long time, guys. Y'all saw me on here just um going all out, emotional, um, uh, um, overreacting, letting out steam and, maybe private shit, that I could keep to myself, yada, yada, you know, but that was mainly, because I was just holding on too tightly, trying to, um, you know, continue a battle, that I really, not equipped to fight. Like the whole troll battle and the whole the untrustworthy fucking Game of Thrones type shit. I'm just not about all that. I never was, and I wasn't cut out for it, so like fuck that. I just moved back, moved on, and and I feel good, man. Like stepping out of that comfort zone can be a little scary, and it's even scary considering being a part of that drama life, that troll life. It's even scary to consider that to be a safe, comfortable zone. You know what I mean? But there we were. There I was. You know, and it wasn't my scene. It wasn't my world. You know, and I was, I was fighting to clear my name. You know what I mean? For truth, honesty, and respect. You know, and I really, clarity. And I really feel like I feel like I've accomplished. I feel like I've accomplished that. All that I went that I sought out to rectify. All of that I sought out to do. I've accomplished. These goals that you know, try and clear my name, to show there is another side to me, that I can make it out here in this world without, YouTube or family money, that um that I can rise against opposition, daily opposition. Like I don't know how many of you out there, you deal with, naysayers or negativity or trolls on a daily basis like I do, but if you do, then just, you know, follow my lead. You know what I mean? Heed my words. You know what I mean? Or at least understand that you're not alone out there in the world, that there is somebody out there that, that navigates that asteroid field of niceness and negativity on a daily basis, and that I overcome it daily and you can too, and it's all about, priorities. It's all about where you water your grass. They say that the grass is always greener on the other side, and it's not true. The grass is always greener where you water it. What you feed grows. And uh, if you feed into the hate and negativity, then that's what's going to grow. And that's what you're gonna adhere to. And that's where I say that becomes a comfort zone. You know, and even if it is a negative situation, one that is not conducive to personal growth in any sort of way, it still becomes something that we cling on to. It becomes an identity. You know, that's where, like I said, that I kind of felt scared to drop the drama and back away from all the shit after I felt like I've accomplished what I've accomplished. I felt a little nervous to back away from it because I was afraid of, and I'm being honest, guys, that I was afraid of like uh, the lowered interaction on social media. That maybe, look, I've got 153 people watching right now. Back when I was into the drama and shit, man, it was fucking 300, 400, you know? And I would have to keep bringing up more and more drama to try to keep them numbers up and shit like that. And it just wasn't any good, you know? It wasn't food for the soul. It wasn't doing me any good. I wasn't growing whatsoever, you know? The numbers were there, but like the satisfaction wasn't necessarily there anymore. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I've already accomplished what I came into the room, to do. Um, and after a while, it's just like beating a corpse. It's like kicking a dead horse, honestly. And so I made the conscious decision to step away from all that shit, knowing that it was going to lower my social media interaction, and I understood that, and I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Because it's about quality over quantity, guys. I'd rather have 4 quarters over 100 pennies, and I don't mean that in this, no diss at Penny. Penny was a good guy to have on my side, you know what I mean? And I hate that, you know, it went down the way that it did, you know what I mean? And that I felt like that I was pressured into feeling like his words and actions were mine. You know what I mean? I hate that I felt pressured into uh thinking that his views mirrored mine, like that being connected to him, was going to taint me or you all in any sort of way. And I also hate that, that he went there with all that, you know what I mean? Like I say, these trolls, they try to emotionally trigger you and then capitalize on that, and he got trolled that day. He got trolled that evening, and yeah, I just wish that we had worked it out differently, you know. So, but much love and respect to him, and this is in memory to him, bro. Much love to you, man. And you don't have to worry about none of that bullshit anymore, man. All that pain in life, you've left here with us, man. And wherever you've gone, whatever's on the other side, I pray that your spirit and your essence, mind, body, soul, that you find peace, bro. And I apologize for any ill words or feelings I may have sent your way through misunderstanding, through a through a flare up over stupid ass fucking troll games. Like honestly, what does all that shit really mean? What does it do? What do people gain? What has been gained from all this bullshit? Penny, what you scratching up? You know that you can be gone tomorrow, and all that you'll have left to show for, yourself and your legacy is what you have today. It's what you leave behind today. And I gotta think that all this trolling bullshit is not that important. You know, I wouldn't like that to be, my legacy. And I'm gonna try to make sure not to let that be Pennywise's legacy, man. Like I say, he was a soldier. He never did back down. He never did give in. He never did join the other side through fear or oppression, extortion, and he always kept it 100 with me, man. You know, and I appreciated that in him. So Pennywise, we'll remember you, bro. I got some love for you, man. Like I said, I'd talked with him for hours, and like just the sense of feeling that he shared, for the family, dude. It was just like, man, like, you didn't even have to listen to the stories. You're saying you just grew closer to him because of his sense of excitement, for your family. It was, yeah, it was something else, man. He's up there with the old man having a big old orange belly wash right now, Mr. Me. How about that? I bet he got up there and dad had an orange belly wash and a garbage dog waiting on him. Right? Yeah. So, anyways, it's 8 o'clock. I got to go to work tomorrow, guys. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here and start hitting my nicotine pen. I think I need some. I think I need 70% nicotine in this because of 35, man. It's just I don't think it's not hitting for me like it used to. I'm coming up on damn what almost 4 months no smoking cigarettes, bro. How about that shit? 170 pounds. I am officially a welterweight, my guy. I'm officially a welterweight, my guy. Who want to throw down? I'm actually kind of a fat welterweight though. You think, man? Like, hold on, like that's me sticking my stomach all the way out, guys. What the hell? I'm getting a little light in the ass. So light in the ass, man. I was gonna save this joke for Facebook. I still might write it on there, but so light in the ass, man. I swear to God, dude. Go to the canteen during breaks or in between during the day to get a drink or a snack or something like that. And I've been drinking these what are these drinks called? They're sparkle strawberry hibiscus or some shit like that, man. They're kind of good, man. It's an energy drink, but it's not fully loaded with taurine. But anyways, man, so like I'll sit there and I'll get my drink, man. I'll swipe my card. Boop. Go to put my card back in my pocket, and guys, I'm losing my ass, man. I go to put my wallet in my pocket, and my ass is getting so small, I straight up miss it, dude. Like freaking like 4 or 5 times now, I've gone to put my freaking wallet back in my pocket, and I've missed my ass. It's shrinking. So I don't know what to do, man. I'm getting a little light in the ass, man. I'm gonna have to start doing some muscle building work or some shit. Thank you so much, Corey. Yeah, I got that peach booty going, man. Life is peachy. But anyways, yeah, I'm enjoying the gains. I'm enjoying the losses, and I'm also mourning the losses, So once again, Pennywise, much love to you, man. I hate that we didn't, get to squash it, in the end. You know what I mean? I apologize for throwing shade at you yesterday. But this is my attempt to show you some love, give you a proper send off, and all of us coming together and showing a bit of community, not necessarily as a wolf pack, more so as youngins, because like I say, Scott wasn't necessarily wolf pack. He was always kind of back and forth doing his own thing. He had his own mind, his own beliefs. He wasn't necessarily controlled by faction, as much as he was by his own heart and his own belief, you know what I mean? And his love for grandpa and the family and the community, and that we can all come together and show him love and respect, no matter what side you're on, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day and at the root of it all, we're all, youngins. We all came for grandpa, for the family and that sense of camaraderie and community and a sense of belonging. You know what I mean? We are the white trash misfits, are we fucking not? And do we got to sit there and constantly push each other out? Like this community was created and built upon us knowing that we were the lessers of a society. You know what I mean? That we were the rejects, that we didn't have what other people had, but guess what? We had each other. You know what I mean? That we had that sense of family and kindredship, in a world where people didn't feel like, we belonged and shit. Or sometimes we don't feel like we belong. I know I didn't. I went so long in my life feeling like I didn't belong and like I wasn't as good because I didn't have the name brand clothes, because the bus driver would stop in front of, the worst trailer in the, in the neighborhood. People would point and laugh, But as you get older, you come to realize that, life is not so much about, the possessions, as much as it is, not what you have, but who you have and your heart. So I'm not sure how he passed Iron Man. We're still waiting to hear about that. And we'll let you know, man. Either way. And yeah, appreciate you, being concerned and just wanting to know. We'll try to keep his memory alive, man. Good old Pennywise. So, anyways, I'm gonna bounce off of here, guys. And yeah, just try and think about it, all around, what life is, what means the most to you. Casino Bro, have a great night. Thank you so much, brother. Pennywise was a good guy, deep down, and he just fought for what was right, and he stood up for himself, and he wouldn't back down. You know what I mean? And and it was hard for him not to back down, but he didn't. And that's where I definitely saw eye to eye with him, you know. Yeah. But yeah, like, what I'm saying, just think about it, you know what I mean? How short life is. You know what I mean? Those that you have lost along the way, both in the past and recently. You know what I mean? Think about what's most important to your life. You know what I mean? Think about what you can do to enrich your life. You know what I mean? And cast aside all the distractions. Cut out anything that's not, producing anything in your life. That's not producing uh, change or joy. You know what I mean? And water your grass, man. Don't be caught up in all the troll bullshit what other people have to say. Don't water their grass. You know what I'm saying? Let them kick dust, man. And just focus on your own, utopia. Because I'm telling you, you'll find so much more self gratification in that than you will in trying to change a troll's mind and trying to, and arguing with haters, you know, daily and nightly in a game of one up, you know? Because, I mean, what are you exactly winning, in that kind of battle anyway? Think about it honestly. And yeah, Linda Pinard, Serenity, Dago, Dad, Dougie West, much love to you. David James, good to see you, man. Much love to you. Did you get you a new Twitter account or something? Because a new David James has been commenting to me, and I'm not following him, and I don't know if that's yours or not. I meant to ask you. Let me know here. Junior, have a great night. Dago, Dad, Ace, man. We love you guys. Thank you for coming in and moderating and always, being so supportive and not succumbing to, the bullshit. You know what I mean? Beardy McBeerstein. Beardy McBeardstein. I recognize that name. Oh, Beardy McBeardstein. Weren't we friends on Facebook? Weren't you friends with Mark? Beardy, no offense. I'm not whatever. I'm like I said, I've moved past all the shit where, I'm saying, it's sex and sides and shit like that. I'm doing my thing, living my life. I don't care who follows who, yada yada. Well, I will say that I do care who follows who in the sense that, like, I've got to unfollow people on Twitter if they're liking up negative shit that I don't want to see. I can't. I don't care who people follow and shit, but if I don't want to see it and shit, then I'm just gonna quietly like remove myself from the situation, like we all should do. You know. Okay. Beardy McBeardstein says, "No, I'm from way back. I remember you from way back. Maybe somewhat. The Beardy McBeardstein I'm thinking of had a lot of health issues. Like, matter of fact, I think he only had like one eye. I think he was kind of maybe in a wheelchair or something like that. Asked a long time ago, Bill and Ted or Wayne's World? Ah, Bill and Ted or Wayne's World? I'm about to say Bill and Ted, bro. Did I say Bill and Ted last time? And the only reason I say Bill and Ted is because I didn't like Wayne's World Part 2. And I'm not a big Michael Myers fan anymore. Dana Carvey straight up admitted that that Mike Myers stole his Dr. Evil from him. It was actually a Lorne Michaels impersonation. And one of my favorite scenes is damn Bill and Ted with the Easter Bunny. That motherfucker, man, he's haunted more than one of my nightmares. That little evil fucking Easter Bunny. Why? What you want, Penny? What you want? You feel like you notice I'm about to get off? About to go bye bye? We can't go bye bye. I'm just getting off of here. Oh man. All right. So, anyways, I love you guys, man. I'm getting tired. I got to go to bed. Don't have to actually do. I got to get up early tomorrow. Overtime. Overtime the rest of the week. Payday tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, I feel like I had a good live stream here tonight. Linda Pedard, I'm dead tired, Linda. I went to work this morning tired. I think I drank too many energy drinks yesterday. I had 3 of them, guys. Trying to stop myself. I only had 1 today. But yesterday I had 3 of them. And I think that it affected my sleep. I got up this morning and I went to work dead ass tired. So I need to go get me some rest now. So, anyways, yeah, thank you all for watching, man. I appreciate you all coming together, showing love and support for our friend Pennywise, and yeah, moving past all the bullshit. You know what I mean? Like once again, you know what I mean. I'm beyond all that shit. I'm not letting it affect me. I'm not letting it phase me. I'm not giving it any importance, any of my attention. Um, and I'm focusing on my shit. You know what I mean? Doing my thing, overcoming my own insecurities, focusing on elevating my life professionally and privately. You know, got a wedding coming up here soon. Um, uh, yeah, just I'm just looking to do things different in my life and enjoy every little bit that I have because you never know. I could be the one falling over from an episode, you know 5 minutes after I get off of this damn computer with you all. You just never know, man. So really, man, don't let any bullshit rob you from the joy that you deserve in life, and don't let any of that bullshit take your focus, take rob you of that drive and that ambition and that opportunity to make more out of your life. Misery does love company, and the longer you sit there and you wallow in the shit, the longer you're gonna be stuck in that shit, and the harder, more difficult it's gonna be to dig yourself out. You know, so yeah. If I can do it, anybody can do it, So, anyways, guys, I'm leaving it there, man. Thank you all for watching. I love you all so very much. David James Jr., Dago Dad, Ace Man, Junior, Sharon, Nene, Corey, Kevin, who else? Fuck. I had another name in my head, man. All my moderators, man. I love you guys. Lazy Bum, Serenity, Edward, Valdez, Caitlin, Drill Sergeant Jr., Linda, Dan, Adam, all y'all, man. Thank you so very much. Have a great night, Adam Ritter, and we'll holler at y'all next time, man. Peace out, guys. Rest in peace, Penny, man.